So here's the thing. Every influencer wants to sell you their perfect morning routine, but this is what they're not telling you. The world's most successful people don't all follow the same routine. And a lot of them just burn up way too many hours of the day. And in a nutshell, they're too long. And it's making you waste the best hours you have all day. So in this video, I'm going to share where your morning routine is taking you off course and what you can do about it. Let's go. Did you know that if you're having an operation, you're 400% more likely to have complications in your afternoon surgery than in a morning surgery? You know, the thing is, even highly trained doctors and anesthesiologists make 4 times as many mistakes in the afternoon. Well, the question is why, right? Well, it's because they're fighting against their body's natural energy cycle, and chances are you are too, even if, like me, you're not performing surgery. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why your morning routine might be making you less productive and what to do about it. So every influencer wants to sell you the perfect morning routine. Do this, everything's perfect, etc. And it sounds like this. 4:13 a.m., rise and shine because round numbers are for losers. 4:20 a.m., cold plunge in Norwegian glacier water. 5:30 a.m., smoothie time, exactly 7 blueberries, no more, no less. But here's what they're not telling you, okay? You could go on and on. I mean, it's kind of stupid. The world's most successful people don't follow the same routine. There's a different one for every influencer, and so many of them burn up your most productive hours of the day. Now, here's why morning routines cost you time. I've actually, in the last year, cut back my morning routine because I was eating up 3 hours. I wasn't doing Norwegian cold plunges, but I had my own routine of when I would get up and when I'm doing my devotions and then reading I wanted to do. And then, you want to get natural light in your eyes and all that. And I'm like, I just burned through, and I was working out in the morning and I was burning through the very best hours that I have for productivity. So for 60 minutes now, I've cut it back to an hour. All I do, read through the scriptures, pray, shower, and then I get started. And you know what? Here's what I've realized. The world's most successful people don't succeed because of their specific morning routines. They succeed because they have the discipline to follow a routine consistently. And that includes a wide variety of routines. So you can kind of pick your own, right? The biggest difference between people who have morning routines and those who don't is this. It's self-discipline. Now, you've got some insight into morning routines. Having a morning routine is far more important than which morning routine you have. And ideally, I would suggest you kind of keep it short, okay? Here's the truth that changed everything for me. And I want to back up the camera lens a little bit and just talk to you about it. You really only have 3 to 5 peak performance hours each day. I mean, that's it. And if you're wasting them on an overcomplicated morning routine, you're literally throwing away your most productive time. So here's the real secret behind mornings. Research shows your energy isn't constant throughout the day, right? You're not a robot. You're human. And your brain operates in 3 distinct zones. These are ones that I've named. You can come up with your own name for them. But I think of your peak 3 to 5 hours when you're sharp, you're creative, you're focused, you're producing your best work. I call it your green zone. So think about that. For morning people, it's super easy. It's in the morning. Night owls, it might be like right after dinner or something like that, or at midnight. I can't do that. I am sound asleep at midnight. But that's your green zone. It's your peak 3 to 5 hours when you're sharp, creative, and you're focused. And then you've got your yellow zone. That's when you're decent, not brilliant. Okay, you're not at your best, you're not at your worst. But then most of us have a couple hours a day in our waking hours that I call the red zone. And that's when you're tired. You're exhausted. You should probably avoid making any major decisions. And what you feel like in your red zone is you need a nap, you need caffeine, or you need to just quit and do something else. Okay. For me, that's 4 to 6 in the afternoon. For a lot of people, it's right after lunch. But think about your day this way: green, yellow, red. Okay. The most successful people aren't successful because they follow a specific morning routine. They're successful because they protect their green zone like their life depends on it. So think about it this way, right? Would you rather spend your peak hours journaling about gratitude or using them to make your biggest leadership decisions? Would you rather waste your best focus on a complicated smoothie recipe that you probably never get right in the first place? Or would you use it to outline your next sermon series weeks before it's due? Here's how to find your green zone. If you're like, wow, I really want to do that. Okay, here's how to find it. For a week or even a few days, right? The older you are, the easier this is. If you're in your 20s, it might take you a month or so. But a lot of us, as we get older, have the self-awareness that we can figure this out pretty quickly. Track your energy levels, not just your time, but your energy levels for 3 days, okay? Maybe a week. Notice when you naturally feel most alert and creative. Notice when you're sluggish and tired, and notice when you're kind of in the middle. Look for patterns. Your mood can be a big challenge, right? If you're in a meeting with me in the morning, I'm like, awesome, let's go. If you have a meeting with me at 4 o'clock, I'm like, no way we're doing that. Try the green zone experiment for just 3 days. Identify your peak hours, protect them ruthlessly. This is what you're doing. You're canceling your meetings. You're saying, no, I can't meet. You're closing the door to your office, or you're sequestering yourself at your desk. Whatever you need to do, you're identifying those peak 3 to 5 hours and then protect them ruthlessly. So here's what you do. In your green zone, you schedule your most important work. That is the work that really moves the needle. So no cold plunges required, no specific wake up time, just pure focused productivity when your body and mind are naturally at their best. When I started implementing this with the leaders that I coach, their productivity didn't just double, they actually became exponentially more productive. Why? Because 1 hour in your green zone optimized is worth 4 hours, maybe 6 hours in your red zone. So try the green zone experiment for yourself. And if you want to dive deeper into this concept, I cover this extensively in my book. It's called At Your Best. But you can start with the experiment first, because the best productivity hack isn't about adding more to your morning. It's about maximizing the use of the energy you already have. So here's what you can do. Takeaway: stop optimizing and tweaking your morning routine. Start optimizing your energy. Your future self will thank you. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe for more unconventional productivity tips that hopefully actually work for you. And let me know in the comments, what time of day is your green zone? I'll go first. Mine is 7 to 11 a.m. most days. See, the world's most successful people don't succeed because of their specific morning routines. They succeed because they have the discipline to follow a routine consistently. And when you start to maximize your green zone, you will be among them.